Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are right now. Today, we are going to be talking with Fish Farm in preparation for this whole SGBL team tour, season two. I have two captains of the Fish Farm, Fishy and Dialpo here. How are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, same. Glad to be here.
Good. Happy to have you both here. Um, so I want to know, like, what is the origin of the Fish Farm, and why have you decided to join this season?
It started a very long time ago, back in season one. This is Farmer's dream. We're continuing his legacy after his passing. He died before the auction began. Not really.
Vegas was
Uh, no. Me and Dialpo, we never wanted to be captains here. Funnily enough,
Yeah.
um, we
Pharma just
we
picked
did
us
a
up.
random battle, and whoever lost was gonna be the captain with Pharma, and he kicked my ass. So, but funnily enough, we've ended up being captains together, and we're continuing the legacy. We want to get that W after last season, and we're gonna get the W after last season.
I love the confidence. So you're saying that Pharma has basically haunted you into becoming these captains more so than the random battles, the haunting part.
He had
I
to
think
drop.
the random battle haunted me the most. Sorry, you
I like
speak,
the random battle.
Delpo.
Nah, Pharma just dropped and somebody had to replace him. And so I'm ended up here as a captain.
Well, I hope
And
Pharma is looking down and very proud of the whatever you guys have in store for us. Okay.
I probably not.
So, for those of the server that don't know about either of you, could you please share like a small bit about yourself?
yeah, honestly, we're
Uh,
just two guys chatting out. Nothing special. Like, we just like playing Mons, and we met like a year ago and just continued to hang out together and play the game.
everyone join GBC. It's a great time in there. Uh, shameless self promotion. We do a lot of low tier leagues.
Oh, that's really fun. Low tier is a wonderful
Yeah.
tier to participate in. So I was told by Byram that you both of you each have like a signature Pokemon. One's Jirachi and then one's Gyarados. Can you might tell me like who's who in that scenario?
But
Well, I am fishy, and I am the fishy Pokemon. I am Gyarados. I wouldn't say it's my favorite Pokemon anymore. It's definitely like right up there in the top few, but I had to go with my favorite fish of the bunch, you know?
uh, I just always like Jirachi. It's my favorite Pokemon since like early Gen 4, like as a kid. And I kind of just stuck with him. Always liked it.
Oh, it's good enough reason. Gyarados is a very popular Pokemon for a long time.
Hey man, you ain't gonna diss me for being basic.
No, of course not. I'm one of the few Gen 1ers probably in the server, maybe. So at least I think so. I don't know. Okay, well, and it's cool about Jirachi. Gotten me some fun battles over the years, like when back in like Gen 6. But that was a different time then. All right, so
He's constantly having arguments about how Jirachi should be a fairy type.
It should be. It's a fairy goddamn.
I mean, maybe there could be a Mega Jirachi one day, and that could be the risk placement for the fairy type. But I completely understand the need, why it could be a fairy type. I completely see that. Um, so now let's talk about the fish farm. Last weekend was the auction draft. I wasn't able to make it, but I know it's the big thing, and which helps decide who gets to be on the fish farm and who gets to compete and who gets to play and compete for the title. So tell me about some of the players you've drafted and about the team that you were able to put together.
Well, I think we are always just drafting based on vibes. Like we just read through the applications and yeah, just basically shows the people we found the most fun. And yeah, do we just go through each of them or what do you want to do?
Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable
I'd
with.
say that we picked up a lot of people that we're friends with, a lot of people
Yeah,
who
true.
we saw on the application, or you saw. I was off in La La Land. Who knows what I was doing? You did all the work, buddy.
Yeah.
Um,
So basically,
yeah, a lot of people that we thought would be good for the team. Of course. What else would you do?
yeah. So a lot of our players we had in mind dropped. Like I really wanted to work with Benny again, but he decided not to join the league, or he did join, but he dropped later on. So we had to shuffle a few things around. So we really wanted to get Mia, Giraffe back, like they are friends. So we just picked them up. I personally was really huge on Ace, and I think Trayon gave us a couple of picks as well. Like he joined the team and said something like pick Divine, he's insane and stuff like this. So it wasn't really planned. We just figured we would keep a lot of money for the later rounds and just pick up whatever is left over. And that's what we did. Like I'm really happy with the roster we got. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was looking at the other teams and how much they spent, you relatively speaking, you spent a lot less money as far as like the max. Like I think the max I saw was like maybe up to 30K, and you spent like the most at most 20K. Is there a particular reason like
Yeah.
why you spent that much money on your like on Will versus other people? I know that you said you had a lot of friends in there, but like I said, I don't know too much.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the main philosophy of the fish farm is that we want to go to Vegas, and with the amount of money that we saved left over, we can go to Vegas.
That makes so much more sense. Like Vegas money.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's Vegas, baby.
uh, I'll touch more upon that later. I don't want to detract too much from the whole team conversation, but uh, that's good enough reason like to save the money. Um, so like I said, I know that most of the players were like like friends people. Was there anyone that you got sniped on? Any players that you're hoping to get and couldn't?
like we had a lot of players we wanted to draft, and so we kind of just sure we had some snipes, but we always had like 3 4 other players we could pick up instead. So nothing really bad, I think. Like yeah,
Yeah, we were willing to give people up,
yeah.
really. We
Well,
had an eye on people, but we never like needed someone, you know?
that's fair. So I'm guessing you don't want to name drop those people so they don't know that they didn't you didn't want to fight for them, huh?
Hmm.
Hmm.
No. Everyone can think they're special,
Yeah. But
or not special in this case.
I think I would have liked to team with Hero, but we already had filled his slots, like his formats, so we had to let him go. And but that's like the one person I was kind of looking at, which I kind of yeah, like we kind of decided on the spots too early to get him. So we are sad that he isn't on our team, but yeah, we got awesome guys. Wouldn't replace any of them. So yeah.
And then if you were to pick an ace of your team, um, who would you pick if it wasn't your first pick?
I don't think anyone in specific is like an ace player. I think we're all a team. We all know how to play the game, and we've all been given our respected formats to play the game how we want to play the game. And I think we're all going to do really well in our respective formats.
All right. So now that that's being said, so what formats do you feel like most comfortable with?
As a team or just as a player?
Yeah, as a team.
Well, I think our best format will probably be something like national decks yeah, I think national decks is our best format. We kinda have a specialist for all formats and just a couple of players that can flex around. So yeah, I think we are fine in all formats. We're gonna do fine.
I,
Um,
I can't think of a strength.
yeah,
We're good at everything. We're the fish
yeah.
farm.
I love the confidence. I'm looking at your Natex team more specifically because you just mentioned it. I love the Moltres pick on one side. It's a very solid mon, and let's see the terrain being set, and then other team. Um, Trapinch is a real standout mon for me because um, I've seen it
That's a
demolished.
fish farm staple.
I've seen
Yeah.
it. Is it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shirafa, it's his team. He was a Ubers player last season, and he also went with Turpinch and trapped some legendary, I think. Can't remember. But yeah, we had it last season. It's just amazing one. First impression with Arena Trap.
So I know that like a lot of the teams, aren't set necessarily per person, but are there any mons that you're excited to see represent the fish farm for this whole team tour?
Ooh.
I'm just glad that we don't have Geo on your team. That's the most important thing. But yeah, apart from this.
What do you mean no Chiyus? That's in our logo.
Yeah, but let's not go into that.
Yeah, we
Jewish,
can't be having a domestic dispute in
yeah.
our interview. The
Uh,
moment it ends, buddy, you're getting it.
Wait. Just I have to back into this now. It's just like, wait, so you're saying the mascot has been freed from the team?
that's
Oh,
one way
he
to put
hates
it.
Chiyu. There's a long backstory to this.
Yeah.
If you'd like me to go into it.
I could spare a few minutes talking about it.
Would you like to start with your terrible viewpoint, Dialpo?
No, you just start.
No?
Like, I'm basically of the opinion that Mega Kangaskhan, even with seismic toss allowed, is worse at breaking teams down than GU is. I just find GU stupid as fuck. Like, I just hate it. I hate to play versus it. It's just boring and it clicks overheat and dark pulse and you're dead. It's like my most hated mon, and so we kind of just always joked around with that. I don't know.
Joked around. There's no jokes here.
Yeah, true.
He can't seem to grasp the concept that since seismic toss always does a set amount, you can run bulk and you can click wish and you can just be a general nuisance with it as well. Chiyu has no bulk. That thing just dies.
It's
But
the better breaker.
he won't come
If it
to
just comes to breaking
understand.
the team. Like, yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. I just think GU can break every team. Like, so, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well that's fair.
So
Some muns aren't for everyone. But I'm sure that as long as you win the title, Chi will be remembered fondly for regardless of the certain feelings that you have, Dialpo.
when I made the logo for the fish farm, I put a very stereotypical German man that I found on Google Images because, of course, Dialpo is a German. And then I put him in a paddock with a bunch of Chiyus.
It makes perfect sense, for this
That's
history and
that's the
lore.
backstory of the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I know you said that Natix is the one you feel most comfortable. Is there any format that you feel not as comfortable with that you think will be a bit more of a tight race for?
I wouldn't say that we have a bad format, but we are a little bit understaffed in Radical Red. Like we have Treyont is the only player
Excuse me?
that has experience in the format. Fishy picked it up as well, but I don't know. Have you played a match so far? Or...
No, I've never touched Red in my life, but I
Yeah,
think
so
my
that's
team looks cool, okay?
yeah, but that's like the one format we might struggle with prep, especially because we can't really help Treyon to figure out a lot of the stuff. So he's kind of on his own there. But yeah,
No trust in me.
sorry.
Well, definitely these unique formats add a little bit more spice than having NatDex, LC, and things like that. So we'll see how it all plays out and see how the training goes. I'm sure week to week one can always just improve. Now we'll talk about both of you. What formats are you planning to play for yourselves?
You go first.
I'll go first, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit more of a backup to trainer, as Dialpo said. I'm in Red. I've never touched Red in my life, but I made the team for Red 2, and I think it looks pretty good in my eyes. I don't know what the general public will think, but I think I've made a pretty good job. And when I get in the ring, when I get my chance, I'm gonna hopefully be able to pick up them dubs.
Love to see it. Okay, Dialpo, how about you?
Yeah. I'm my team is Natex 1, but I also picked up Paldea 1 as a backup player. So yeah, we basically have each of us has their own teams, and we have like 9 players, 11 players, and 14 teams. So some of us had to take 2, and just so happens that I ended up in the National Dex and Paldean Dex teams. And yeah, so I'm really curious to see how Terra Latias is gonna perform. I'm not really sold on it, but it was our first pick, so we're gonna try. And yeah, the National Dex team is just stupid psychic terrain spam just to complement our other National Dex team. I think it's kind of basic, but yeah, should do its job.
You gotta do whatever you think is best for what you get. And so, what about but as far as the other players? Are there any that you've already set aside for certain formats? I think I know you've talked about some of them in a brief bit, a little bit.
Yeah, so basically everyone has at least one format they are gonna play. I know. I think we already decided on all formats. So like Mia is gonna be a fusions player. Uh, I think Ace will play Little Cup and Insurgents. Could be wrong on that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Do we do like all of us have our own teams? I just don't remember how exactly we split it down.
Okay, so either way, everyone has their role and they're aware of their role.
Yeah,
It's just you can't comment on it as a whole entirely right now. That's fair.
yeah.
Okay, I think that you're one of the teams that has use the full 9 slots, so that's good. That means that there's someone that can always
I
fill
still
in.
got the most money.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, how much money do you have left compared to everyone else?
We just wanted to flex on everyone and show them that we can make a better team than them and have more money than them.
Like we have close to 20k left, so I know with how much money we started, but I think it's like a fifth of the whole budget that's reserved for Vegas.
So, how much money can you bet on your team to win the whole thing in Vegas? All of it?
How much money do we have left? Like 14k, I think Divine Reaper said in the chat.
18k, 18.5.
We have 18.
Yeah.
All of that 18.5 is going in. I'll put in a fiver from my own bank account. We're winning. Don't quote me on that.
So, now to go into that, like, why do you think the fish farm is going to take the title?
Oh, well, I don't know if you saw the fish farm last season. We were winning every single week. We were on top of the boards. No one believed in us, I think.
Yeah.
And we got to a point where we just went, we'll fuck around now. It's funny time now. We lost one more game that season. Might I add that we would have won if I didn't get hacked out, but that's neither here nor there. And then we do what any top seed team would do, and we choked playoffs.
Classic.
And we got lost in history for that.
So it's a small the smear from like going from the top to bowing out early. Oh,
Yeah, and you got to take those losses though, and that's a learning point. And we've grown from them. We've made minor adjustments, well, major adjustments. We've lost a lot of our team members, but we want to have fun with a lot of new people. And we plan on winning.
anything to add more onto this whole winning attitude, Dialpo?
I mean, he said perfectly. Nothing to add, really. I do think it will be a bit harder this time because the competition got a lot better. Like last time, we just dominated the regular season. I don't think it will be as easy this time, but I think that could also kind of help us because we did kind of take it easy on the prep during the end of the season. So maybe having a more challenging opponents can help us stick with win the whole thing. And
So
not just
basically, you're
stop.
saying because of the dominance that you exerted in the previous tour, you were coasting kind of towards the end. So it's like
Yeah, we really did. Like, I don't think we have won any mocks for the last 2 to 3 weeks or something like that. We were just chilling around and yeah.
well, you've heard of
Like, you
teams.
think he's kidding, but he ain't.
It's been thrown. Throw everything you have at them. Make them work for their wins now since they took it easy. This is the chance. Well, um, before we do some little bit of a last bit wrap up. So I know that there's some people that were part of the fish farm previously and weren't. Frankie being one of them. Is he still, even though he's not part of the team anymore, is he still fish farm?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
I love him. Of course, he's always with us.
Yeah. Same goes for Ho. Who I don't know how to say it, but yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. I was very surprised when he wasn't drafted because I just knew him as fish farm like for at least the time I'd been in the server.
Uh, yeah, he's always a part of us.
And then is there any message for Pharma, who is just a ghost in the sky?
Yeah. I really miss him.
You do.
Yeah.
What do you miss most about him?
Um. Oh, you got me in a hard place here.
Yeah. Pharma is very good at making the hard calls. Like Fishy and we don't decide on a lot of stuff. Like we just
Mm-hmm.
we could always push all the hard things onto him. That's what we did. But that's the
Whenever
thing.
I would open our group chat back in the day, it would always be Pharma and Dialpo having a dispute, a fight, and now it's me. Now I'm having the fights.
Well, I hope in those types of moments you can take a slow, deep breath and think, what would Pharma do? And then I'll bring you back to reality and realize
Tell me to grow
everything
up.
will be.
I'm okay.
Well, I hope that wasn't too sensitive a subject, and we're able to carry on strongly from here on. Any more final comments before we close our interview?
Dialpo, do you have any?
Nah, we already said everything we
No.
had to say.
Yeah, I did a lot of yapping tonight.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can say that we are very happy to return. I think we are the only team along Breaking Champs that's returning from season 1. So yeah, we kind
Is
of
that
have to
true?
teach the. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Some captains returned, but with different team names, I think. But yeah,
Betrayers.
Well, then you guys are considered a relic now at this point. You one of the few
Well,
surviving teams.
we even survived our founder dying.
yeah.
There is a service for that. Let us know. And this is more of my final question. If you could pick one team that either you plan to just show them what you're made of, or who you think's the strongest, who's that team gonna be?
It's gonna be all pastes every week, every game. We're never stepping down.
All right, so
Well,
no team in particular is gonna be get trash talk on. That's fine with me.
I guess we have to beat Kevin's team. That's
Who-
the one. Kevin's. We are modding another server, and Kevin is not on
yeah,
the mod.
Kevin.
So we
You're
have to
right,
beat
right.
early
Fuck
rush.
Kevin.
Yeah, he's gonna trash talk us till the end of dawn.
Which
If we
team is
don't
that?
beat-
Which team is that?
I think
They're
they are.
utterly washed.
Yeah, right.
Okay, utterly washed. Well,
Damn right they are.
utterly washed. You've heard it. So, thank you for your time, Fishy and Dialpo. I look forward to seeing what your team can do in memory for a big pharma, and one of the returning teams in this ever growing server and growing tournament. And I hope you have a good weekend and good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you. It's been great to be here.
Yep.
And until next time, later, SGBL folks.